Welcome, everyone. This is Sports Cards Anonymous, a channel where we have conversations about cards. And this is the monthly acquisition video showing what I picked up to put in the PC. And let's get started. First up is a Rocket, probably our first basketball card that I've purchased in maybe 4 years. This is a great Tracy McGrady 07 SPX sticker auto there with a game used patch. This card was, I just got very lucky. Somebody was very motivated to sell this. You can see it's numbered 6 to 10. Great design in person. I mean, that just looks like hardwood. It's just a great design, great card, and happy to be collecting some of the Rockets. I loved the Rockets of the 2010s. Now, I'm put that aside, and the rest is going to be the Astros. And, we'll start with one of the smaller ones. Dallas Keuchel, 2016 Topps Museum Collection. Was that 5 colors of game used material plus his auto. Keuchel doesn't have a lot of great cards, but he did win a Cy Young here, and a lot of good stories about Keuchel, and a big part of my Astros fandom in the 2010s. So happy to have that. Moving on now to Jordan. This is a 2020 game used RPA out of Topps Museum. It's a sticker auto. This is the gold parallel to 5, number 2 of 5. I think this is a fantastic card. I love Topps Dynasty. It's a great set, but Topps Definitive and Topps Museum are significantly cheaper, and you're still getting game used material. Just a fantastic card here of Jordan Alvarez. Great rookie card there. Similar vein, this is Topps Definitive. I may have said the Jordan was Topps Definitive. It's Museum Collection. This is a Topps Definitive Hunter Brown on-card rookie game used patch auto, numbered, what is that, out of 15? 14 of 15. This is the green parallel. I don't usually go for the green parallels. This one looks quite nice, though. I think it's a great shade. I prefer blue and gold parallels in general. I really like this card. I like the etching. The gold foiling on the card is just fantastic. The card has a lot of depth. Great card to look at. Great RPA here of Hunter Brown. Hunter Brown doesn't have a ton of stuff. The stuff is pretty expensive. I was really surprised at how affordable this particular card was. And again, Topps Definitive just doesn't get the love the other sets get. Moving on, we have a Craig Biggio. This is 2018, right? 2018? Yes, 2018 Topps Dynasty. So, of course, Dynasty, like I said, it's a great set. And, when I can find these at great prices, I'm more than happy to pick these up. On-card auto, wonderful patch here, number 5 of 10. I have a vivid memory of watching Craig Biggio get his 3,000th hit. And I really like on the back of this card that it talks about it, that he hit a single to center. And for those of you who don't know, Biggio was a doubles machine, one of the best doubles hitters in the history of baseball. He hits a single to center, and the outfielder, who was with the Rockies, played it kind of slow, and Biggio hustled. I mean, he tried so hard to stretch it into a double. So I love that they stroked a single to center, but was thrown out at second. And that is exactly what happened. He really tried to get a double for his 3,000th hit, but it was a single, and he got thrown out at second base. It was fun. It was an interesting time. I mean, when he had his 3,000th hit, we were starting a 4-game homestand against the Rockies, and I think he was 5 hits short of 3,000. And so the last 3 games of the series had sold out, and it was impossible to get tickets. No one expected him to hit 4 hits in the first game and eclipse 3,000 hits, but that's exactly what happened. He went 5 for 6 that day, if I recall correctly, and got his 3,000th hit. And one other thing about these cards and the Astros in particular, one thing that I don't like is when a card has a certain era of jersey in the picture and then a different era of jersey for the swatch, for the patch. Now this is the same era. It's just the red brick jersey versus the white pinstripe jersey. So this is fine. But with the Astros in particular, because during Biggio and Bagwell's playing days, I mean, they went through 3 or 4 different real jerseys. Sometimes you'll see like the original 90s kind of rainbow sleeve image, but then have a blue 90s patch. I don't like that. If whatever patch they're going to use, they should use a consistent image. Just my opinion. All right, we got 2 more cards, and I'm very happy with these. This one's a 2013 Bowman Chrome Blue Refractor on-card auto of Carlos Correa. Of course, it's a PSA 9, numbered to 150, 101 of 150. Fantastic acquisition here. At auction, it was very affordable, very approachable piece. And it's interesting. I went back and looked at how this card has sold over the years. And this card has multiple sales in the four figures, reaching all the way up to $3,000. And that kind of blew my mind that this card at some point sold for $3,000. And I bought it for, like 95% off basically or something. Yeah, 95% off. So it's like staggering. It's staggering how high this got. And that 3,000, it wasn't during the pandemic or anything. It was 2018, November 2018. So it wasn't even the World Series year. It was the year after that. And yeah, just a great card. I was a big Astros fan, watching very closely during this time in Astros history. Jeff Luna had taken over the club as a GM. We make Correa our first big pick, and unfortunately, Bowman. In that time, I mean, they were just in the middle of a transition, and they didn't get the first Bowman stamp for whatever reason. I'd probably have a lot more Correa in my collection if they added the first Bowman stamp. But now I'm having to go back in time and pick it up. But that's okay. It's a good time to pick up. And the last card, man, that card is beautiful. What a great color and great auto, right? Just one more time at that. Fantastic. The last card, now this is a massive one. And, I ignored comps and I just went nuts. 97 Skybox EX, Essential Credentials, Craig Biggio, PSA 9. This is a Pop 1 with none higher. So this is the highest graded PSA copy of this card, and it's wonderful. I love, of course, the pattern, right? It's probably what everybody is drawn to, is the pattern, as well as the general design, the cutout of the player. The pattern is identical to Pokemon's early holos, so I just really like this stuff. I think it's great. These cards are really wonderful. I negotiated. There was two of these listed, the PSA 9 and a PSA 7. The PSA 7 was listed at $1,250, and the PSA 9 was listed at $1,000. I had attempted to negotiate at both of these for many weeks and had very little luck getting any headway on that, number 38 of 99. And, I eventually just paid what was asked. And, yeah, I don't think this 90 stuff in baseball, it feels like, my perspective is that some of the stuff in basketball and football that are popular, it hasn't quite caught the fever in baseball yet, but it sure looks like there's a lot of strength in this market right now. So, if I go back and look at sales over the last year, I'm kicking myself like, why wasn't I looking at this? But the fact is I wasn't, and I am now. So the prices are the prices, and here we are. But, happy to have, arguably the best copy of this in existence. I think it's a fantastic card. And it's interesting too, buying this card just, sometimes you look at cards and you're like, man, I wish I had that card. I wish I had that card. And until you buy them, you don't really know exactly how you feel about the card. And I had planned to buy a lot of 90s, Biggio and Bagwell. But after getting this card, I was like, no, this is like sufficient. I don't need a million other 90s cards of Biggio. Like, this one's good enough. I don't need another one. So I kind of scratched that itch and have been moving more to the RPA phase, but yeah, more to that come in the future. So those are the pickups for January 2026. I think for me, in my opinion, it was a fantastic set of pickups here as we got the year started. I have some great stuff in store for February and on, and I think I really have found, what would you say, a bit of, I'm going, I said this once before, going through a bit of a renaissance as a collector. I think I found, kind of my groove and a lot of things that I like, and yeah, so appreciate y'all tuning in, and hope to see you in the next one. Cheers.